I know we touched on it a little bit, so I'll try to keep us back on track.
Yeah.
But we talked a little bit about X-Men and how you guys are, you're playing in that universe. You're just coming off Giant Size X-Men in May, I believe. Chris and I'm gonna say we're not X-Men guys. And I think our and you don't have to convince us today, but I think like our reservations with it is the amount of X-Men books out today, just like the amount of continuity there of all these characters coming in and doing these things. And I did look through your Giant X-Men issue a little bit. I knew some of these characters coming in. Do you want to? Can you talk about what you've been doing with X-Men? And is it a good jumping on point for new readers? Like, when is the time to jump in? Because it seems a little overwhelming at some points. But
so let's just give you let's answer the first part first and the second part second.
Yeah.
What we are doing over in the X office for about the past year or so, a little change more. We had the privilege and honor of being part of the From the Ashes relaunch era. There are some really top tier, they're all top tier books, honestly. The entire launch, while there were a lot of books, they were all absolute bangers. We were privileged enough to take Kamala Khan and many of the Academy X, air quote, kids, Prodigy, Laura Kinney as Wolverine, one of the Cuckoos, right? A Knoll, my favorite little green lizard boy, and basically take them to New York in the aftermath of the Krakoan era. After Krakoa, the greatest utopia that mutants have ever seen, their great city, their great Camelot, yeeted itself out of reality. With many of them still choosing to be aboard. And the X-Men, the mutants left over, are dealing with all of the bullshit that ramificates out of that. Our heroes are in New York. They are building not a superhero team, but a superhero community, which was really our focus. Take what was built out of Krakoa and that kind of the binding that the mutant community really had, and bring that energy into a book, not to forget Krakoa, but to remember the lessons there. And that was really the core. Yes, we had some bitching action, and yes, empath and all sorts of rad stuff happens in our book, and people should absolutely go check it out. But at its core, it is a story about people who happen to be mutants and what that means to hold yourselves together. So that book, really, we went for the heartstrings on that one. It's got some incredible, we were incredibly proud of it, and really happy how it got to go, even though it did end at 10 issues.
In terms of jumping on points and the larger conversation about like, wow, there are a lot of X books. Agree with you, first off. Just like